Hello folks, Happy New Year to everyone. We're still waiting for the CDI to come. I've had a look on the courier's website with the tracking number, and it should be here at some point today, but I suspect it'll probably be later on today, or maybe it'll be early tomorrow morning, I don't know, but the CDI should be here shortly. So what I've been doing is just doing little odds and ends on the bike in the meantime, just little kind of finishing off things. So just have a look at that just now. So what I've done is I've moved the horn. Some of you might remember from previous videos the horn I'd mounted up here on the handlebars, but I decided I didn't like the look of that. I think it kind of made the handlebars look a bit cluttered and just didn't really look right. So what I've done is I've moved the horn down, and it's now down here. It's the same horn, but it's in a different position. So it's now up under the headlights, the little headlight fairing. You probably can't really see it in the video because it's kind of dark, but that's it there basically. So just basically took it off, bolted it onto the original. It's actually bolted onto the original bracket, excuse me, on the bottom of the bottom yoke. That's where it would have been on the original bike. So it's back kind of in its original position. It kind of just fits. It's actually kind of tight inside the bottom of the headlights, but it's kind of fine just where it is, I think. And that means that now my handlebars look a bit less cluttered. I'm quite glad I did that, because I think after I've moved it I realised that it really wasn't right being kind of mounted on the handlebars there. It just didn't look right at all. So, and I think the bike looks a lot better now. You've just got, the things that you normally see on the front of the bike, the lights and the little fly screen and the mirrors and that, so that's that. Been doing stupid little odds and ends. One of these mirrors had come loose, so I just tightened it up a bit with the Allen key. I've also given the whole thing a good kind of clean from end to end. It probably doesn't really show in the videos, to be honest, but it all got pretty dirty with one thing and another. Kind of all the engine and that I'd originally painted was looking quite dirty and a bit shabby, so I've given it a really good clean up. I already spoke about the fuel system in a previous video. Redesigned the fuel system without a fuel pump, so it's now kind of like a basic gravity fed system with a little fuel tap there to just control the fuel. So just when you park the bike, just switch the fuel off like that, off position, and then on position to go. So that's that. What else have I done? I polished the seat unit up with car polish. Again, you probably can't really tell that in the video, to be honest. It's it probably doesn't really show in the video, but it looks a little bit kind of cleaner and shinier. It had been getting a bit kind of grubby looking. Again, I find actually when you're working on things, it gets you actually get as much dirt on it as kind of actually riding it, so it's looking quite nice and clean just at the moment. So what else I've done just now is I've done a bit of work on the inside of the tank. So got paint fumes in here, which of course you can't tell in the video. I can't stay in here too long because it's too fumy. What I've done is I tidied up the fiberglass on the bits on the side of the tank with a file and a Stanley knife and that, just to get all the little bits of, how you get little hairs sticking out of the fiberglass, the actual fibres of glass itself. So what I've done is I've given it a good spray paint in black. Obviously you won't see that when the tank's on, but I just thought it'd be nice just to finish it off a bit, And I've also painted excuse me, it's really fumy in here. I've also painted this back bit, because when you squat down next to the bike you can actually see this bit, but I've noticed that it's kind of, the paint is there's something there which is like paint phobic, so it must be like grease or something, I don't know. Anyway, It wasn't painted with the same stuff that I painted the outside. It was painted with this Plasticoat metallic paint, which I've used on various things like computer cases and whatnot in the past. But I could have done like the whole excuse me, the whole thing, or painted over all the yellow. But to be honest, I think that's good enough. It just tidies it up a wee bit. So you can see, compare that with the, obviously that's kind of gloss paint that I put on the inside, and that's matte paint, but so it's kind of different. But it just means that if you do kind of like when the bike's built up, if you do like get a glimpse in one of the sides or one of the kind of gaps or anything, you're not going to see kind of ugly fiberglass. You're just going to see, you know, that kind of black paint. Obviously it doesn't look great when you look close up, you know, because it is just basically paint that's been sprayed over rough fiberglass. But again, because it's going to be under the tank when the tank's on the bike, you're not really going to see it properly. It's only going to maybe just see a wee bit through the gaps up here or whatever. So yeah, so that's that. So it's really just kind of finding bits and pieces to do at the moment while I wait for the CDI to come. There's not a lot else I can do with it really. I can done as much as I can with the electrics and ignition and what have you. Obviously if I find anything else that I want to do to kind of finish it off cosmetically or any other bits and pieces, I'll just get on and do that as well. The more you do the better really. The more you do, the sooner you get to a point where it's kind of can go in for an MOT or whatever. So that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've done. Mirror, fiberglass, new polish, make horn, tidy wiring, rewire CDI. Just having a look at the list I wrote there, but no, that's pretty much it. Right, well thanks for watching.